Hello, environmental science students, and welcome to 5-week 2 summer session. We are beginning class today on the 11th, and our class will end in 5 very quick, short weeks in August. The last day of class will be August 12th, with grades being posted no later than the 13th, and final grades being entered on the 14th of August. So with that, we've got a very short turnaround time to complete this course. My name is Dr. Kelly Varga. I am going to be walking you through this course. And again, while I can't stress enough that this is going to go very quickly, I did want to take some time to walk you through sort of the basics of the class, basics of the shell itself, because there's a lot of things kind of moving around inside of here that can feel a little bit overwhelming. So I want to make sure that you're as successful as possible. The very first thing I really need to make sure that everybody on this course understands is that this is a fully online class. We will not be meeting, we will not be having regular scheduled lectures, and there won't be any lectures posted, so to speak, face-to-face or previously recorded. What I do is I sort of post the material and I let the book, because you're going to be doing some activities inside of the book that help you to sort of read along in the background, to stay on top of the material. And I'm going to walk you through that in just a second. So again, I think the first thing that we really need to reiterate here is this is not a class where we will be interacting with each other on a regular basis. This class is really designed for those that are just simply looking to complete this prerequisite, move through the course, trying to do it in an expedited fashion so that either if they're coming back in campus in the fall, or maybe this is a last sort of curriculum that they need to accomplish, or again, really you just want to kind of check this box and keep it moving, so to speak, and kind of get this course over with in an expedited fashion. So with that, I do want to walk you through sort of the basics of the course itself. And what I really want to start with is how the course itself is designed. So hopefully by this point, at this time last night, you guys have received, maybe not this time, but yesterday I sent out an email message just saying the course is going to open, it's available for you to move through. And really, I was hoping that at least by today, you get into this homepage, you start to move around, you start to feel comfortable with kind of what is inside of this course. So the very first thing I kind of want to highlight here is every time you come into the class, I have it set up that you will immediately land on this homepage, right? So this is sort of the environmental section of summer 5-week 2. It gives you an overview of the class. It gives you the required text in the platform, which I'll talk about shortly. A little picture of me if you forget who I am. How to schedule office hours with me. So again, if you click on this, it will take you to a calendar and it'll show you my availability. And that way it kind of highlights and nooks off interval sections in 15 minutes so that I know, and it immediately integrates into my calendar. Okay, I'm meeting with this particular student at this time, and it's blocked off just for you and I. There's no other students that are going to be able to take that time. It'll just be for you and I. Additionally, again, this is a fully online class, not an asynchronous class, meaning where there'll be lectures or live lectures or anything of that in that capacity. So again, just to reiterate, this is a fully online self-paced course. I'm not going to be checking in with you in this capacity on a regular basis. However, there's some places where you can get in contact with me and we absolutely can meet, online in this capacity. Some other things that I think are very important to highlight here too, due to the fact that this is, as the course states, a fully online class, there are some things that we can't get around in the basics of making sure that this class runs smoothly. So again, you're probably choosing to take this class because again, you want to maybe check off this as a prerequisite in your degree pathway or in your degree plan. This may be a last checkbox that you just simply have to finish because maybe you're in business or you're in public health or you're in some other different pathway, and this is just kind of one of electives that you have to cross off. So again, you're choosing this because you just simply would like to more or less get this course kind of moving along and on its way. Perfectly understandable, and I'm here to hopefully guide that as effortlessly as possible for you. So with that being said, we need a working and reliable internet service. Now, we are in the absolute heat of summer and we're experiencing a very hot summer in this particular summer. I just heard that Governor Abbott may be doing rolling brownouts again, unfortunately. So with that being said, it is imperative that we are setting ourselves up for success in making sure that we're hitting sort of the assignment deadlines without relying on, the power went out and it's 11 o'clock at night and my assignment is due at midnight. We need to make sure that we're preparing accordingly. Additionally, if maybe your internet service is a little spotty, sometimes my internet service drops out, you can always come to campus. Campus has multiple areas, multiple different computers. You can rent one out through information technology services. You can make sure to utilize a computer lab. And the nice part is campus is really quiet right now. So maybe that's the best place for you to be able to go and do your work if you're finding that maybe your internet service is touch and go. Again, we need that internet service. That cannot be a reason that we can't be able to successfully complete the course. And as it goes, all of the other components that are part of an online course, right? My computer needs to be working. I need it to be powered up. I need it to be able to work. I need access to the online platform, which I'm going to talk about shortly. And, most importantly, I need to be able to see you during your exams. Because this is an online platform, and I'm sure most of you are fully aware now, we are coming out of a weird COVID online platform time. Most of you are probably familiar with the online lockdown browser and proctoring platform. This is all free, but again, I will need to see you while you're taking your exam, just to ensure, right, that we're being as sort of honest as possible. No cheating, no outside notes, no outside browsers, no outside individuals, no phones. All of those things are not acceptable during completion of the exams, right? Okay, so last things and kind of moving along on this page, I do have an availability of a completely fully packed and played, ready to go syllabus for you if you prefer this as sort of your go-to, right? Sometimes I like a hard copy of things, so you may want to print this out and just have it close as you're completing your work. But this will walk through and give you everything that is sort of nooked into these different modules and different pages. It's all right here as well for you. So again, if you feel lost, everything that you would need for this class is also nooked into the syllabus as well. So with that being said, again, here are some of the things we just walked through of what we need. And again, here is the aspects of a couple different things. The first thing I really want to state here, this is a course that absolutely is going to move quickly, but most importantly, even though we're not going to be seeing each other on a regular basis, I absolutely am going to respect you as if we were in class face to face. I request of the same, right? So if you're going to email me or you need guidance or you need help, please start with a simple introduction. Hello, Professor Varga. Hello, Dr. Varga. My name is so-and-so. I'm in your environmental science class. Something that will provide for me guidance of who you are, and most importantly, just shared common respect. You would like me to address who you are if I was emailing you. I would simply care for the same respect in return, right? Don't just simply start texting me in format of, yo, I don't understand this. Yo, my computer won't work. Yo. That's not the common respect that we should have mutually going into this class, right? I'm not one of your friends, and I'm definitely not a texting buddy. So I expect there to be a little bit of some commonality there. Additionally, please make sure to read through the late work policy. There are absolute hard deadlines. Everything that you need to complete in this class is open. I am not one of those professors that opens things at specific times other than the exam. The exam has a hard open and a hard close time. Everything else is fully open for you to look at, fully open for you to move through. And with that, you definitely know when the due dates are due. They're posted for you here. They're posted for you in the assignment section. So all that being said, you know when things are due. Please do not reach out to me the last week of class and try and shove in a bunch of assignments that you didn't complete. That's not the way this works, right? Again, I can't stress that this does move fast, but with that, it's your responsibility. You're the adult on that side. You should be completing your assignments when they're due. I just simply will not be accepting late work unless there is medical documentation for this, and there does need to be medical documentation for this. Okay, so moving on then, I have broken it up into the modules, which are week by week. So you should have 5 modules that you'll be moving through. And again, it's going to be a lot of information in these modules because it's a 16-week course condensed now into 5 weeks. I'm not trying to say this to scare you. I'm simply just saying this to, we've got to get ourselves a schedule going. We've got to get our little calendar of events. Another great thing is always on your phone. If you download the Canvas app will give you always reminders when your assignments are due. Now, it may seem a little overwhelming because you're going to have a lot of assignments due because, again, 16 weeks down into 5. So make sure. The first thing I really need you all to pay attention to is your first exam is going to be due by Sunday at the end of this week. Again, we're going to move very, very quickly on top of your other assignments that are in the online platform, some of your application studies, your lab assignments, and a discussion board. So again, everything that you will need for this course, lab material, lecture material, is all going to be found in this course shell. Notice you will not have anything in another course shell for a lab. There will be nothing posted there. Everything you will need will be in this course shell. And I'll make sure to reiterate that a couple different times through some announcements. Okay, so bringing the syllabus back up, we have our modules, we have our exam due dates. I have tried to make the colors a little bit different so that you know when you're in a different module. And you should complete all book work, everything for the physical theory of the class, meaning everything that you would need to move through if you were traditionally having a textbook in front of you in by week 4. You'll complete your last exam the 4th week of class. The last week of class, you will put together a research project. I'm giving you the entire week to work on this. I have found that this actually works a little bit better for students so that they can completely focus on this and not get completely stressed out. Plus, by the time you get here, really you'll see that there's going to be less and less assignments that are going to be due because the majority of the information has already been presented in the weeks prior. Finally, again, breakdown of course evaluation methods, the points, how you are earning your points. And finally, the last thing I just want to make sure, again, to reiterate, all of the classroom policies, all of the codes of conduct, all of those different aspects. But again, just really reiterating here that we do have some course etiquette. You know, please make sure that you're staying on top of, again, hi, Professor Varga, my name is so-and-so. Let's just keep the mutual respect going all the way through till the end of the course. Okay, so that's where the syllabus is located. Again, every time you come in, you will land on the home page. But now let's go through what I had stated as being the modules. So the modules are broken down into a series of different things. The first is going to be, of course, the start here. Notice here on my end, you're going to see some things that have green checkers. Those are all things you can see. Anything that you see on my end right now without, you will not be seeing. So don't panic if you see these things. You do not see them, and they're not something that is liable for you to do. So you have your start here. I would like you to at least complete that by today. You might want to move through the course overview, how we move through grading policies, attendance, all of those things, how to schedule a meeting with Dr. Varga. I've also put in here as you're going to be writing a lab report, where and how to find information of how to do that, some examples. I've even made a video for this for you. And then we move into the different weeks, right? So here, this entire thing is everything that'll be due for module 1 for week 1, right? And then week 2, week 3, week 4, etc. So that's just sort of a basic understanding of that. Now, by tomorrow, you will need to take a Canvas orientation quiz, which is just simply, again, moving through these things, making sure you're familiar, making sure you're aware of where everything is. Okay, additionally, if you come to the home page, again, if you go down to the bottom, again, all of these grade things are things you will not be seeing. These are just for me on my end. But you will also have a couple different places where you can access your assignments. The first will be down here at the bottom. It'll show you everything that's due, and you can just simply click on them from here. You can go to the assignment section. Again, bear in mind, anything that doesn't have a green check, you do not see. You can click on your assignments from here. Or you can go into McGraw-Hill Connect, which I'm going to talk about in just one second. And that's another place where you can connect for some of your SmartBook assignments. Lastly, you can go into the modules. If you click down to the modules, right, and you will see that you have some different activities. You have some different assignments. Again, these will also take you to those particular assignments as well. So there's lots of ways you can access the assignments. I know it may seem overwhelming, but they're all the exact same thing. They're just, sometimes your brain thinks this way, another student's brain thinks this way, my brain thinks this way. This may be where you want to get access to your assignments. Maybe you say, I just would rather go to the assignment section, or maybe you'd rather go from the home page. Whatever works for you, they're all the same. Okay, so that moves into the McGraw-Hill Connect. So if you click on this, again, what you'll see is the Connect. Now this is my end, so this is going to be a little bit different than what you see. But when you click on this, the first thing that you're going to probably pop up and see is how to register and how to link through. Please make sure pop-up browser is open and available so that you can actually utilize this. This does pop up into another browser section because of that. You can always go back to the assignments. And you can click on the SmartBook Assignment 1. And again, if once you're registered, it will allow you to do so. But before that, it will automatically integrate you into the new pop-up. So the first thing you're going to have to do, and the reason I tell students, it's much easier just to go through the McGraw-Hill that's posted here, rather than going to www.mcgrawhill.com, trying to find Connect, trying to connect to your classes. That's a really big pain in the butt. Just simply click on this here. This will bring up a very different interface that's telling you how to register. Now, if you've purchased an access code, you're going to enter that access code. If you have not purchased an access code, this is going to prompt you into how to do that, right? And again, because it's already integrated, it's kind of a dummy-proof system to make sure that you're signing up and purchasing the exact right access code. If you have any problems with this, simply get on my Calendly, right? Go back home, scroll down, and schedule some office time with me so that I can see what you can see, and we can share each other's screens, and I can see, oh, okay, maybe your pop-up browser might be Blackbird. Oh, this might be the issue. So just find some time if you're having trouble with this. Don't panic. We and you and I, we can always work out something. If for some reason it's not working, that's okay. I'm not going to punish you for that. We will work through how to get this correct. But again, if we don't share screens, or I can't meet with you to see what you're seeing, then I can't really help you strategically. So make sure if you are unable to get in, schedule some time via office hours with me so that I can see what you're seeing. Okay, going back through here, once you register for this, and again, if you've gone through the assignments and you click on SmartBook 1, if you go to home and click on SmartBook 1, however you want to do it, it's always going to take you back to the prompt of registering first to gain the online access. So for me, I want to show you what this looks like. Once you go into Connect, again, mine's going to look a little bit different than yours. But going back here, you're going to have some different links that are just simply here just for you. You can go to the ebook, right? As you purchase this, you will have automatic access to the online platform, which will allow you to do the activities. But most importantly, it's going to give you access to the book. And that's the most important thing here. So let's go back here. Let me see if I can just go to let's go to this and the library. It'll give you the ebook, right? And then you can click on the ebook and it provides you full-on access. It brings up in a nice, big, robust. You can click through. You can click on the table of contents and scroll down to whatever it is that you would like to go to in terms of the chapters. But this is where all of the information for your exams is coming from. It's coming out of the chapters for these books, for this particular book. Now, when you take your assignments, I go back here. As you're moving through each of these assignments are really kind of forcing you to read the book without telling you that you're reading the book. But with that being said, because the exams are pulling from the information from the book themselves, right? What you're going to do is these little smart book assignments are going to prompt you to go through, and they're kind of like reading quizzes. You're going to read, you're going to answer a question, read, answer a question, read, answer a question. And as you're going along, it's adding a point system to you, right? And once you hit a certain threshold of a point, it automatically gives you the points for that assignment. So it's not necessarily a fully right or wrong. It's mainly just, are you gathering the material kind of a thing. Now, the more that you have to guess at, the more that you're not so sure, the more that you do the 50-50s on, that is what adjusts your point value. But if you're guessing them and you're guessing them correctly, it's building into a large pool of points that once you hit it, it automatically gives you the 10 points for the assignment. The nice part about this is you can take this as many times as you want. So again, you can always come back into these smart book assignments. You can always play with them. You can always kind of move through them for study material, so on and so forth. So they're always available to you until you're ready to take the exam. Okay, other things that I want you to know, really, that's pretty much it in terms of where to find material. The last couple of things are your discussion boards. So we've already had somebody post in here, which is great. I won't show that because I don't know necessarily who's in here, but a couple of things I wanted to note for you. The first is the Q&A discussion forum. This is available for you. If you have general questions that you really don't have time to meet with me, I'm going to try and check this at least once, twice a week, but this is a great place to post. Maybe your other classmates may know something. Maybe you have a question about some of the material. I'll try and answer that, but maybe I don't get to it as fast enough and another classmate does. This is kind of just another place to raise your hand, so to speak, if you're not able to meet with me during office hours. Also, if you can't meet with me during office hours or those nooked times, just email me. We can absolutely find time for you and I to meet on our own. I can set up a separate Zoom call where we can meet and do that. But this is kind of a nice place just to, talk with classmates, maybe engage with other material. And again, I will try and check this as often as I possibly can. Going back to the discussion board, then again, you're going to notice a couple of other things. I've got some end of the feedback for the course. That's at the very end of this course. And you're going to upload a presentation for your research topic. I'll jump back in here probably when it's getting close to that week for you guys to do that and re-engage with that material. But in terms of getting to know, we have an individual who's posted. I'm going to respond back to them because what I'd like you to do is as you reply, I want this to be a video. I want to see you. So instead of just simply typing in, and don't worry, Portia, if you're seeing this, I'm not going to give you points off because you were my first person that decided to take the initiative and drive through this. But what I'd like you to do is actually post a video recording. How do you do that? Let's go back through again. So in discussion board, get to know your instructor and your classmates. If you hit reply and see all these different little fun tabs here, again, you need to have video no matter what because of the fact that you'll need that for your exams. So as you get into here, notice you've got a little, what looks kind of similar to like the play button and some music. If we go in here and you see, you can record in YouTube if you want, drag it and bring it here. You can record in Zoom if you want, drag it and drop it here, or you can just simply hit the record button. Now, I'm going to be not able to show you this, but because we're already on Zoom, so there's another application that's using this process, but use the app, use the camera, use the microphone, and you'll see a little record. I'm going to post into here as well, just to let everybody know kind of what that looks like. But that is the expectation, right? It says here, please click on the icon to receive the full 10 points. We must be able to hear and see you. So make sure you're completing that accordingly. Okay, that is a lot of information. But again, I wanted to give you the opportunity just simply to move through this information. Feel comfortable, get into it. Again, just to reiterate, that discussion board is going to be due by the 13th. So you've got 2 days to complete this activity. But again, it's pretty simple. It's just me getting to see a face, putting a voice to a face, because again, it is a fully online class. What I want you to do, again, go to the modules, start getting comfortable, move through the material, go through it at minimum today, just probably these first couple of sections, just to get the lay of the land and feel good. The second thing I would say is register for the McGraw-Hill Connect. If you're having any issues whatsoever, please let me know. Please schedule some time with me and I will make sure that we can see what you're seeing and we can walk you through exactly how to do this. Okay, so that is it. Thank you so much for your time. I'm excited to engage with you guys offline, but online in that capacity. Really, a lot of my engagement is going to be through feedback and grading, maybe a video here or there that I'll post, and of course, the announcements. And in fact, that's the last thing I really want to say and really want to showcase here is that the announcement section, there's some announcements I'm going to have to remove here. But I will post announcements here. As soon as these get posted, they automatically are sent out to your email. How do I know that? I receive an email that announcement was posted. So we can't ever say, oh, I didn't get that announcement, or oh, I didn't see that announcement. Absolutely, right? This is sort of kind of nooked in there and in there. As soon as I post an announcement, hey, I'm changing a due date, or hey, check out this really cool something, that will come out as an announcement to you all. All prior announcements, these are from an old class. I'm going to delete these. All prior announcements will be posted here for your reference, including this video. All right, so that is it. Thank you guys. I'm excited to have you in class. It's going to move fast, but I promise you we can work collectively together and we can guarantee your success. Get yourself a calendar. Tell yourselves, I'm going to set aside 20, 30 minutes a day just to complete this work and stay on top of it. And I guarantee you that if you're setting that time aside and treating this as if you were going to class, you are very much primed in position to have a successful outcome in this course. Thank you so much. It was wonderful to see all of you, and I look forward to hearing your discussion boards later this week. Have a great day. Bye-bye.